welcome into another edition of the 2025 MLB Draft Spotlight Show. We've got the Hudsonville, Michigan product, Auburn's own Ike Irish. Ike, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Life's good, dude. Life's good. Beautiful day there in Auburn. I like
Mhm.
to see it. Getting ready for the 2025 season. Ike, why don't you start things off this way? Who's Ike Irish? Off the field, on the field, man. What are you all about?
Yeah, I think off the field, I like to do three things, and basically that's it. I like to hunt, I like to go bowling, and I like to go golf. Um, Outside of that, I'm probably playing Fortnite with the guys, or I'm just hanging out with the guys at the house. On the field, I think I play hard and play like a northern kid does. I think a lot of kids, from the north play with a big chip on their shoulder because, we're not from Florida and we're not from California. And I think you see that, whether it's a Devin Taylor, a Nolan Schubert, or, myself, I think we play the game as hard as we can.
You got a lot of pride in being a cold weather bat, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Tell me about bowling. Did that kind of come out of you living in a frigid, temperate area and just another hobby that you took on in high school, or how'd you become so into
Mhm.
bowling?
Yeah, I think, me and the guys at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, especially me and Nolan Schubert, we were roommates together in a dorm there, and we had nothing else to do. And we had already worked out, and it was like 5:30, and we had to fill some time, and so we both got into bowling, and we got pretty good at it, and the whole team, like guys like Alex Mooney, we had more competitive bowling games than we did baseball games in high school.
That team might end up with four or five big leaguers, that high school team.
Hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, and I could be totally wrong, wasn't Jason Oliver on that team too?
He was, yep.
Yeah, Matt. So like that is such a crazy infield with Schubert
Hmm.
and yourself behind the dish. What did it mean to you? What kind of advantage did it give to you playing with so much talent in high school?
Yeah, when I first showed up there my junior year, I think it showed me that, I wasn't as good as those guys. I really had to put in the work. And watching a guy like Alex Mooney go through the draft process before, guys like me, Brock, and Nolan had. And that was huge for us because, we were used to having scouts around and we were used to seeing 30 guys behind the backstop to watch, Alex play. And so, for me, the level of competition just raised my game and it made me, really put my heart and soul into baseball.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Brock Porter as well. Sheesh,
Hmm.
that's unbelievable. Well, listen, you were obviously a big name coming out of high school. I don't think there's any doubting that. As you reflect on your senior season, what was the draft process like? And maybe not just for you, but being surrounded by other guys that were going through the draft process. Can you kind of talk through those feelings?
Yeah, I think we started the season and I thought that I started off my senior year. I was 7 for 10 with 6 home runs. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to college. And then I actually hit 3 home runs the rest of the season. So that was like a slice of humble pie. But no, it was a lot of fun. Just meeting like these scouts have awesome personalities and they know so much about the game. Like a guy like Ed Santa, Ben Marone, I mean, he was a scout when my grandpa was a coach, in Michigan high school baseball. And so just meeting these guys, making new connections, and because everybody has a different look on baseball, and those guys provide like great insights to the game, and seeing how Nolan and Brock and they all handled it, really, it wasn't a high school team. It was like a professional team. The way we handled our business, and the way we emphasized, working out and being together on and off the field. It was just they call it a brotherhood, and it really means that.
Have you been able to carry into those relationships with the area scouts that you got to know up in Michigan down to Auburn, or is it starting anew?
No, starting brand new.
Yeah.
Those guys didn't make the move like I did. They're still probably in a foot of snow right now. So, and I'm enjoying. I think it's like 55 degrees right now.
So what was it about Auburn coming out of Michigan? You just wanted a little bit better weather?
Yeah, better weather. I mean, I think our coaching staff ranks up there with the best of them in terms of developing talent. And I think you see that with guys, Casey Mize, a Ryan Bliss, Cole Foster, and you see these guys who we're good players coming out of high school, and then they just turn into, elite SEC players. And, I think if you ever step on Auburn's campus, it's a small town feel for a SEC place. And, I'm sitting here looking at our field, and it's like, why wouldn't I want to play here, especially, with the renovations here.
Yeah. What's been your goal this winter? I mean, listen, we're 4 weeks away from opening day.
hmm
What was your focus in these cold months?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to gain weight. All my college career, I've been around 200 pounds. I was able to get up to like I think I'm sitting around like 220 now.
Wow.
So just getting a little more physical, and then just perfecting, trying to perfect my craft. I think baseball is a game you're never going to be perfect at, but just trying to get the steps there, whether that's hitting or catching, both of them, just trying to get one step better, than I was the previous day.
You've caught a lot of good arms over the years, and I'm curious how different it is receiving Cade Fisher.
Man, I like catching him and not hitting against him. It is a funky look. It's crossfires all get out. He gets down the mound super well. And yeah, when I see our lineups on our inter squad days and I see that I'm catching Cade and I don't have to face him, it's a pretty good day.
Yeah, no doubt. So, what goals do you have for the 2025 season, both personally and as a team?
Yeah, I think for as a team, I think our goal is to bring this place back to Omaha. You see that with Butch Thompson teams all the time. They struggle and then all of a sudden, they ratchet it up and they batten down the hatches and they go. And so that's our main goal, number one. Our second goal probably as a team, man, we wanna have as much fun as we can. And when we make this game a job, it stinks. But when we have fun and we go out and play, we know what we know what we're capable of. Me personally, shoot, I want 10 stolen bases.
Oh,
I think that if I get 10 bags, I'll be on base a lot. That means I'm getting hits. The rest of it'll take care of itself. But I think I can control stealing 10 bases. I can't control whether I hit a home run or not.
I like that. I like that unique goal.
hmm
Hey man, as you reflect on the two times that you've been draft eligible now, I know we're going through the winter where Zoom meetings with area scouts are happening.
hmm
Is there a weird question? Like, what's the strangest question you've received from a scout?
hmm Hmm. I think. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. That asking a lot of just the simple questions. Um, Probably, what's been the biggest, challenge in your life? That's probably
Mhm.
the toughest question to answer, but also, one of the most fun to answer as well.
So what's the biggest piece of adversity you've had to fight through?
Yeah, I think transferring high schools. I'm,
Mm.
I'm really an introvert as a person. I like to hang out with the guys, but outside of that, I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to people I don't know. And having to, I mean, I knew some guys going in there, only the baseball players, but having to meet new people, make new connections, just get familiar with the school. I was living on my own for the first time. I was 2.5 hours away from home. I was only home on the weekends, and so that was probably the biggest, learning curve I've had.
Okay. I'm going to hit you with three questions out of left field, but before we do that, I have one more question. You're a big data guy. You hit the ball very, very hard. Is that something that you've always kind of liked digging into, or are you a feel guy? Are you a hit tracks guy, or are you a how's it sound off the bat?
Yeah, I'm more of a if I barrel it up, I think it'll be hit hard. I've started to look into it a little bit more, but for me, it's if I can find the barrel, I think the ball is gonna travel at high rates.
Okay. Last three questions, man, and I like asking this question. That Auburn program has some dudes in it, and I'm curious if you guys all go out to a steakhouse, order a nice meal, bill is totally paid for. Who's the one guy on that roster that you wouldn't trust to order food for the table?
Yeah, I would definitely say Hayden Murphy. Um, he's as country as they come. He probably knows a cow better than the rest of us, so he'll pick, an exotic part of a cow, um, and it'll probably be pretty pricey.
I like that. That's a good answer. Let's say you play for 20 more years, 2 decades in the game. What's a song that you would be comfortable with as your walk-up song for the rest of your life? Can't change it.
Yeah, the show goes on. I think I'm gonna rock that this year.
Lupe?
You know, yeah, pretty classy, pretty, it's
Such a
not
good song.
yeah, not it's not too flashy. It's pretty classy.
That's a classic, man. I think that song gets
Hmm.
overlooked. All right, last question, man. That Auburn baseball program. Who's the one guy that's you're not going to let him date your sister? No chance.
Oh, oh man. I'd probably say, I think we got some good dudes, but I wouldn't let Hayden Murphy date my sister. He's been my roommate, for 2.5 years now and going on three. And I mean, we're best friends, but I think we should keep it that way and not become brother-in-laws.
If you were a pitching coach, what's the one piece of advice you would give Hayden Murphy, the pitcher?
Yeah, throw his fastball all the time. He's
Okay.
got an elite fastball, and he's gonna have a breakout year this year.
I love it, man. A little bit of love for the roommate before we go.
Yeah, no
All right,
doubt.
man. Hey, listen, Ike, I'm a big fan of your game. Go smash some baseballs, but go steal some bags. I love it.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna try to.
All right. Good luck this year, man.
All right, thank you.